What's up, y'all? It's Mallory
And Caitlin.
from Sunny Dayz Podcast. And first of all, I want to point this out. Look at this.
The mics.
Microphones. We finally did it.
Last episode, we had them in the car. We got them this time.
And now they're on us.
But guess what? The stand that the phone is on was in the car this round.
Well.
But I ran my booty out there.
In the freezing cold, too.
Freezing cold.
Trooper.
And I got it. And we put it together. We have a mic stand now. We have microphones. I said a mic stand.
Well, we're going to get there one day,
phone
too.
stand,
but
it's okay. We have devices for our podcast.
We're getting somewhere.
On episode
6.
I probably in the microphone. This is going to be our first episode.
This is a new thing. It's a new thing. I feel like my hair's going to get in it.
It's okay.
But we're learning. Because one day we're going to have, the big microphones that are, right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't believe we're already at 6. We started in August.
And we're still yapping.
Still yapping. Still going.
Yes. So it is January, cold.
So freaking cold.
Keep the attire. We will look presentable and not homeless for y'all. Someday. But it's okay. It is okay. We're warm.
We're comfortable and we're talking to y'all. So
yeah,
we needed to make sure we were comfortable and not I don't know.
Okay,
uncomfortable.
You get what you get.
Yeah, exactly. That's the basis.
We're lying to y'all when we say we'll be presentable and pretty for y'all one day. Okay. This is what you get, Frank Gallagher. Okay.
Oh my God.
So you get. All jokes aside, though, we are so excited for January. We're so excited for 2025, even though I've wrote 2024
Same
all week long. I'm not living last year. I'm living this year. So yeah, I feel like I'm kind of whispering in my microphone. It's a little intimidating.
Same. I'm kind of scared.
But it's okay.
It is.
Yeah, we're going to keep going. So episode 6, we were thinking last month, trying to be ahead. What were we going to talk about? We did the review episode. We talked about us.
Yeah.
We were serious one episode. So we were like, January is a fresh year. What do you want to talk about? And I came across a podcast, and we have been coming across so many inspirational things on the media.
Mm-hmm.
And I come across 2 really good videos. One, and I don't know what copyright or what things I will get called out for. I don't know. Shout out Frank Gallagher. Shout out.
They're just shouting these people out.
Yeah.
No
shout out Jim Carrey. But Jim Carrey shared a video. I don't even know if I talked about this last time. I talk about it so much.
I don't think you have.
I share it with the world now because it changed my life. Okay. But Jim Carrey is awesome.
One of the best.
And totally slept on for his intelligence. He's so smart.
He is.
So anyways, this video, he was interviewed, I don't even know how long ago, but I came across it, and it was about manifestation and visualizing your life and making it come true. And that seems magical, yeah, but what he was saying was he worked for what he did. It didn't come magically, but you really, not me knocking down glue like a child. We'll show you why we have these materials in a minute. But when you live everyday life, it's so easy to lose sight of your goals, lose sight of what you're working towards, what you want to do. You get distracted. So most people nowadays have phones. We share wallpapers, images online all the time, things that motivate us, and it motivates you for that day, but then it disappears.
Mm-hmm.
It goes away. So we came across another podcast, that sparked the idea, to be visualizing your life, manifesting, talking about it. Look up manifesting. Do your own research, because that's what we've been doing, and we're just trying to share the tea. But we were looking up all that stuff, and it sounds so great. But then I came across a podcast. So that's what I'm saying. This could be your podcast sign.
Yep.
Okay? But anyhow, that sounded like an old grandma.
It
And
really
I got that on
did.
camera.
I thought the
Okay.
exact same thing.
It's okay. But I lost train of thought because it's not in my visual.
This would be the podcast.
Yes. But this would be the podcast for you. Anyways, that threw me off worse, Mallory. Gosh.
Trying to help.
Going. I came across a podcast on my own one day in the shower, because that is where I listen to my podcast, y'all.
That's real.
The shower. But it was of one of my favorite gals, and she was doing a vision board with her friends. And when she said vision board, it just took me right back to Jim Carrey's visualization and manifestation videos. So I was like, that's 2 signs now that I've heard that. And it just hit me. And I was just like, we've got to do it. We need to lay it out on paper. We need to do it. Let's do it. So we did one. We did a vision board. So we did 2 personal vision boards last month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
Well, no, hold on. It was like 2 weeks. I think it was like 2
okay,
weeks
so
ago.
last year. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's
A whole year
January
ago.
3rd or 4th. I don't even know. But anyways, the year's already flying by. But we did a vision board for our own, and we loved it. It was so much fun. And we'll tell you about what a vision board means in just a second. But we really enjoyed doing our personal vision boards, where we were like, you know what? Let's do one for Sunny Dayz podcast.
So much fun.
Because we just really have big dreams for this podcast and for our future business with it.
So basically, what a vision board is, it's a board that you put a collage of images and words like inspirational quotes,
pictures, oceans, anything that kind of just stands out to you.
Yeah.
Looking through magazines, old magazines, newspapers, even though they're hard to find. So we did a personal vision board last month, and I have found a whole bunch of magazines from my store. I have like some 1980s, 1990s.
They're so fun to look through.
Yeah, country living magazines. They were so much fun to look through because all of the decor back then, the prices, the vehicles, it was so friggin' cool.
I love it.
I had the best time looking through those old magazines. So this craft is also very nostalgic, very fun, or it can be. But this time, it was a business board we wanted to do. So we did a personal one last time. So, all those magazines were really easy to find things that stood out to us for our goals. Like we went through a camping magazine and there was a Forerunner. So we cut the Forerunners out because we would love that.
Dream board.
But it's a dream board. So vision board, dream board. It just is a board where you want to put all your visualizations down. 10 out of 10 for me saying that with my southern accent.
Yeah, for real.
We were practicing how to say that word before this episode. No joke. But this time we were going to do a business board testing the mics for Sunny Dayz podcast. So we were like, we need newspapers to get a little more serious.
Yeah.
So we wanted to go find newspapers today in our local area. It's very hard to find newspapers. Where do you find them?
I know. We had no luck.
We went to like post office, gas stations. I was checking every Dollar General because, Dollar General has everything.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. I was like, but where is our town getting the local news if they don't have social media? Like now I want to protest for the newspaper because they're very scarce around here. Okay?
Yeah. Like I think about all the old people. They're set to their traditional ways. They don't look at social media, the majority of them.
Like, where are y'all trucking to get these newspapers
Exactly.
from? So we did come across one, and it was very special. It was the first one of the year. So we felt like that was very fitting. January 1st, 2025 newspaper. And it was so cool. I have not bought a newspaper in forever. So putting the 50 cent in there. But we got newspapers, magazines, and we were going through them today. So we did save some time for y'all. We already redid our vision board over here.
This would have been like an hour if we had to cut all this stuff
because
out.
When you're looking through, you're like, oh, look.
Yeah.
And we have to share stories and we have to manifest with it. We are talking about it. So we saved that for us. But we wanted to go over kind of how you do it with y'all and just go through doing it, because really 10 out of 10 recommend doing yourself a vision board for this year, because we did this an hour ago just by cutting out our vision board. We haven't glued it or put our intentions in it yet. Like, we haven't wrote down our intentions on the board. We haven't glued them down yet. It's not even done. We already have our second episode of the year plan because of this vision board. The creativity, the idea sparked doing this craft, because when you're doing something so fun and uplifting, it's just,
it is,
gives you those butterflies.
It really does,
and it just gives you that feel of being creative. So anyhow, we will go through what that is, because I don't know if I said this at the beginning, because we, obviously have had several takes. You'll see the clips. But we didn't know what to say for 12 months. Like, we have done 6 episodes. I know we made it seem pretty chill and easy, but it's a lot of planning to think. To think of what you want to talk about, what's entertaining, or what is even going to be purposeful. Is that a word? Right. Like, we want these episodes to bring something to someone. Like, it's not just all giggles. No. We love hanging out and giggling. But there is a reason for this. This is why we're doing it. So, anyhow, it was really, really special for us to even have that light bulb moment earlier where, look, it's actually working, because we were like freaking out last month. What are we going to talk about for 12 months? What are we going to say? We didn't even know what we were going to do for January. This was actually not the first pick. We said something, I think we were going to talk about Disney again. Yeah. Like, we mentioned Disney a little bit, but we were going to talk about our Disney trip again, and we would love to talk about that.
I think we were going to talk about, like, all of our trips, like a whole recap. Yeah,
like a recap. And that's great. We might even do that.
Yeah, I still want to do that. Yeah. That might be a little thing we do.
And see, that is something fun for this year, to do little clips, because for those new here, we do 1 episode every month.
Yeah.
We set a time frame one time to have it done on the 7th, but life is lifing, okay, guys? Ooh. We're keeping up, okay?
Numbers are not mattering right now.
It's okay. What day is it? We don't know.
For real.
We're going to pretend, though, but we have been doing it every month, so
at least we're doing that.
We're doing that. We're staying consistent. And that's something for us. Like, I know it's good for y'all, but it's good for us to stay consistent, because it's like we're proving to ourselves that we can do good things.
Yeah. And we're keeping our brains busy for sure. Yeah. And that's so good. Like, it is so good for us. And we go, like we talked about in the last one, we go on all these trips and talk about it, come up here and talk about it. And it gets us out. It gets us out doing things, keeping our brains busy.
And improving ourselves. Like, we feel big time with these little microphones that I keep putting my hair. Y'all are probably getting all the fuzzing. You're probably like, take the microphone off. But we feel like we're just improving, and sometimes you need to feel like you're improving. So, again, it's very, very inspirational. So that's actually the definition of vision boards. Please Google it yourselves. Google it. But we had a very, very fun time doing this. And like I said, we're planning maybe 5-year goals here, thinking from now till 5 years for this board. But the thing was, like, some of these goals might not happen, some will. May all of them happen within the 5 years. That's our intentions here. But regardless, we just planned our second episode with planning this board. So already, we did something.
Yeah.
Okay, we're already winning. Okay, and we did our second episode with one of our special ones here. So our next one, we were like, since we're not going to be here next month, let's make it at home. But here, you want to hold the big piece, and
yes,
I'll show the little piece. So one of our 5-year goals would be to do a podcast episode in Italy, France,
anywhere in this
Tell them about your accent earlier.
Oh my gosh.
She
I will
was,
never hear
and
the
we
end of
weren't
this.
even talking about the podcast. She was living this because I think it's like the universe is actually calling for her to go to Italy because she said, Watson, she was talking to my son. What did you say? Oh, was that a croissant? Croissant. Is that a
I
croissant?
did, and I promise you, it wasn't intentional. Like, it just came out that way.
I said she was preparing for our trip.
I don't understand how it came out that way, but as soon as it did, I was like instant regret because I knew that moment I'd never.
If I
hear the
would have
end
had
of
it on video, she would have
Oh.
been done for. Done
I'm
for.
so glad.
But so Sunny Dayz 252 on the back. This will be the front. So what
Yeah.
we're about to do here for our vision board, guys, and we were talking about this earlier. Our podcasts right now are meant to be watched. If you're driving, turn it off and watch it at home.
Yeah, just stop here.
Yeah, just these I need to be watched for now. But you're gonna glue it down and make it cute. So see, we're layering, we're making it cute. We actually did forget our stickers this time, but we'll add that later on our own time.
Yeah.
You can get stickers, gems, anything that makes you feel magical, you feel good and inspired and motivated. You can put that up here. Like our last personal one was very 3D, 4D. We had layers. But we just got papers from magazines this time in our one newspaper. So you glue it down. So get your glue stick. Get your glue stick. Mallory.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
This is a together project. We're partners in this podcast.
I wasn't thinking.
Earlier, she wanted to do a vision board for Sunny Dayz, and she was cutting out multiples. And I was like,
I wasn't thinking.
I was like, why are you cutting out the same quotes multiple times? And she was like, so you can have one and I can have one. And I'm like, this is a together project.
But at least I was together. Thinking, like, you know,
so
thinking
anyways,
of others.
To share my bonjour, we're going to have to practice our speech there. I wrote on the back, by 2030. So like I said, these are my 5-year goals. So this can happen next year, 3rd year, but by the 5th year, I'm working towards that. Glue yours down and I'm going to layer it.
Okay, what's it say on this one? I can't.
That one, it says pasta podcast.
Oh yeah, pasta podcast.
Because that is our goal. We're going to travel these places and podcast and vlog and just live our best lives, okay?
Absolutely.
We're so excited. We have 0 actual plans for this. We don't know who's going, how we're getting there, what money we're going to use. But you put it down on paper.
And voila.
And it's your first step.
So easy.
First step. We have talked about that and talked about it and talked about it. And, you know, now it's on paper. We can work for it. So this vision board's not going to do the work for you. But with it in your face every day where you can see it, which we are going to have this one board, so we'll see it when we do our podcast. So when we're working our podcast, which we do probably twice a month now, we'll have this vision board, our hoodie that we left at home.
I forgot about the hoodie.
Mallory's house.
I'm so sorry.
But yeah, we'll have this podcast vision board where we can just say, hey, look, we're doing it.
Right.
We did something today that took some time, but made it happen. See how corny? I can't grab it. See how corny it can be? So we have big ones, and then we have some small ones. I actually want to go and glue this one down.
Yeah, make sure that one's up there.
Yeah, so Sunny Dayz podcast with Kate and Mal. And that was our actual photo. So for those who don't know, I know we've got so many new subscribers. That photo in the background was taken off of her phone from our New York City trip that we never would have thought we would have went on.
Yes.
So, you know, anything can happen.
Right.
So with this one here, actually, why did we do this? Because New York City, we're about to tell y'all a crazy goal. Crazy. And don't be afraid to share your goals. We're not gatekeeping.
Yeah.
We're putting in work, so we're not scared.
True that.
Okay. So we wrote Sunny Dayz over New York City, our first episode.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought it was so funny when we were doing our vision boards how it resonates differently now. Because now we want to like not only do a podcast in New York City, but have our podcast broadcasted on the boards, like
In
on
Times Square.
Yes, on a Times Square board. So we're writing Times Square advertisement. Of course, we'll have to take a trip there to take a picture of the picture.
Absolutely. You know, so that's like that's 2 trips.
Trip to take a picture.
And then
to take a photo.
Then to go again to put on the billboard.
Yes. And then, 5-year goals there. 5 years. That was wrong, but we're good with the grammar. We know what we meant. So your intentions are there. Glue stick. Look.
This is
it's okay.
It's kind of smudging.
Smear that intent in there. It's power. Okay. So that is basically it, y'all. Yeah. And really, the cutting part is really fun. We didn't share that part with y'all, but flipping through that magazine, finding what resonates, it's a grand time. Get your friends, get your family, or do it by yourself. It is literally, let me fix 10 out of 10. Rewarding just to do the craft. Call it a craft.
Yeah.
Call it therapy.
I think of it therapy for sure.
Yeah. So good. So we want to do this big one maybe. So we cut out Adventure is Calling. So what this means to us is just taking on all the adventures to come. So we actually have nothing here planned for this. We just want the adventure to call. Yeah. So for 12 months, our 12 months of adventure. See, this is so much fun. We have adventure, travel, food. We wrote down food. It says, look, this one says, where shall we dine? We wrote pasta, steak,
pizza from Joe's Pizza.
Oh, we forgot to write that one down. The intentions there, the mental intentions there.
It still works.
Wrote the melting pot though. That's something probably within this year that we could do. So these are 5-year goals, but from now until 5 years, we're working on a little bit. Even if we're not there yet, we're working on what it takes to get there. Right. So we're working the next 5 years to make sure we have enough money, be enough time, C, enough courage. How good did that line up? Courage to take the flight.
C for courage.
Because I am actually low-key scared to get on an airplane. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I have to get on an airplane to go to Italy. So, for the snail and pasta experience, I may. But, pray for me. But yeah, we're just really excited about how our vision board's turning out. We have some goals down, but we also found some really good uplifting quotes that we would like to share. I know I show y'all like y'all can read that, but we just want to keep it like y'all were here with us. But one of these really was so cute, and it was pink. It says, don't be afraid to laugh loudly and fully, even when a room full of people think you are crazy.
True.
So that is actually so true, so cute. And it's so weird that I found this in like a 1980s or 90s magazine. It was in a country living magazine that you buy to look at recipes, design, clothes, cars, things like that. Yeah. And it was just this really cute quote that is so freaking just us, for one, like our podcast, like we're so embarrassing. We're so cringy. We're so unprofessional.
But it makes us happy. And that's why many happy returns.
Yes.
And I love that.
It makes you feel young. It just makes you feel good to laugh on camera and have bloopers. When I tell you our bloopers are the best ever, like for us, it's just
we have so many.
Yes. So this right here, courage. C for courage is my intention on the back. Yes. C for courage. So again, you write your intention on the back, get that glue stick out, put it on paper, and then every day I get to just look at that and remind myself.
And for this one, I'm going to write, it says many happy returns. I'm going to write whatever makes us happy. And this has made us happy.
Mm-hmm.
May we keep doing.
Podcast positivity. Living a life that is an example. That is our goal for our podcast. Like, that is our just intent to share.
Where's my glue stick?
We want all the viewers, don't matter who you are, what age you are, where you are in life, everybody can do a vision board.
Absolutely.
If you don't have, what did this cost? $4 or $5? It cost us under $5. I messed up right then. It's okay. Mess ups are okay. But under $5, if you don't have that material, you can find whatever like quiet place that you know, no distractions, technology, anything like that, and just meditate. Just think about your vision. And then take a moment where you do that every day. So whether it's in the morning time, in the nighttime, whatever, just take that 5 minutes where you vision where you want to be this year, next month. Set your visions, set your manifestations. You don't have to do the cutesy extras if you don't want to. You can do that mentally. But for those that have the mental foggy and that have $5, this is definitely it. Okay, so to end it, we have more big goals. Nothing small here.
No,
nothing small. So to share, we want to open a location for Sunny Dayz that we call home.
Podcast studio.
Okay, so I mean, love our camper. This is basically like our podcast studio at this point. But we're in charge of our reality, and we want a cutesy one. What'd you say when you get a podcast studio? What do you want?
I want an axolotl. I don't know if y'all know what that is. I might
the
sound
cutest little animal
when I say that.
It's an animal,
but it's the cutest little sea animal in the whole world,
and I would love it. It would go so good along with my plants.
I just want a little tank and just one. That's all I'm asking for, and they're like over $100.
We saw one at our little crystal store that we went to on a date one day, and we were like, "Yep." She visualized it then. See her vision sticking.
I did.
So that is possible. I just can't wait to share on episode 67 your axolotl.
I know.
You know, if
I love my axolotls. Right. You did.
We'll keep that track too.
Good job.
Documented episode. Award winning. We want titles because we don't want them. I mean, we want them. We don't need them.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, we want them. We don't need them.
Yeah.
But we want titles to feel accomplished. That this hard work, these midnight recordings, y'all, we've worked 3 hours now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is work. It's fun.
It is.
It's very fun, but we are planning. We are taking action behind the scenes. So behind the scenes, when we started doing this, I was like, okay, so for that, we do need money. So how do we get podcast money?
Yeah.
And we did that. You know, the studio, we have ideas in our head where we want our studio, what we do, and now we need to look for it. We need to think about it. We need to move on it. So, yeah. And we know it's going to take some work.
And we know it's going to take time. It says it takes time, but it happens.
But it happens.
But it's going to happen.
We put our visions down.
Y'all.
And we hope this inspired y'all to do your own vision boards. And we really hope to see yours.
I didn't put enough glue.
We got plenty of that. We love it.
I love it so much.
5-year goals. 5-year goals.
Years.
And we're not getting discouraged. We have courage.
We have C for courage.
Thank y'all for hanging out doing our 2025 vision boards. Hope y'all have the best year.
I hope we get to see yours.
Yes.
I hope this inspires y'all.
We will see y'all next time with pasta.
Pasta.
Peace.
Peace out.